Hi! In this tutorial, we're gonna learn how to upload Word documents into ALM Octane for import or update of requirement documents. This functionality was implemented as an external action sidebar plugin and can be used in the right side of the requirements module. In order to use it, we first need to select a root requirement document. After selecting it, the sidebar plugin will be enabled and can be used. This sidebar plugin allows us to drag and drop a Word document in order to upload it as requirement documents. So we can either drop it like so, or we can click on the pane and this allows us to import the file. Before diving into the functionality, let's first look at a Word document. This is a simple Word document which contains multiple items such as tables, pictures, texts, and so on. How this functionality behaves is treating the heading, the first heading 1 element in the Word document, as the title of the requirement document, and the rest of the texts and elements will be treated as the description or content of the requirement document. So the default functionality of this sidebar plugin is importing a whole Word document as a single requirement document. So let's first demo that. I will close the document, and after selecting the document in the tool without checking the checkbox, I will click on Import. As we can see, one requirement has been created. If we refresh here the page, we should be able to see that one requirement document was created and the rest of the content inside the document is the description. So if we check the Author tab, we can also see the same here. This is the imported requirement, and all of this is its description displayed here. So by default, we only have one requirement document with one Word document. In order to explain the second functionality, let us first delete this requirement document and re-upload the file. Let's go to the Manage section, the Children tab, and reselect the requirement that we want as root. After selecting the file, we can also choose to split the document into multiple requirement documents. Now let me explain how this works. If we select heading 1, for example, each heading 1 element in our Word document will be a new requirement document, and the rest of the text following the heading will represent its content. So if we have 5 heading 1s inside the same Word document, it will mean that on import we'll have 5 new requirement documents. If we select heading 2, we'll have the same behavior as before, so each heading 1 will be a new requirement document, but also each heading 2 will be a new requirement document, but a child to the previous heading 1 document. So if we had heading 1, heading 2, it will create a parent-child structure. The heading 1 will be the parent and the heading 2 will be the child. And the same logic applies to all levels. We have a maximum level of heading 10. Okay, so in this situation, if we select heading 10, which is the maximum depth, we would have a tree structure, because if we look inside the Word document, we can see that this is a heading 1, this here is a heading 2, which will be a child of this first requirement. This is another heading 2, which will be another child of the same heading 1. Heading 2 again for the third child, but then we have heading 3, which will mean that this requirement document will be created as a child of the last heading 2 that we've seen here, and so on. So let's demo that. If we click on import after selecting heading 10, we see that now 7 requirements have been created. So let's refresh the page. And now we can see that a tree-like structure has been created instead of only one requirement document. We can also see it in the author section. And now we can see that we have the first requirement document, which has 3 children. And then the third child has also 1 child, and so on. It goes as deep as 5 levels. Another functionality that we want to demo is the update of requirement documents in ALM Octane. So to demo this scenario, we would, for example, export as a Word document a bunch of requirement documents. So let's just export what we've created. We click on Export to Word. This allows us to save those requirement documents as a Word document. And after it's created, we can save it in the same directory. So let's open it to see what it looks like. As we can see, for each requirement document that we've exported, an ID with a new embedded URL has been created. So how update works is looking at those IDs, and if it finds an ID inside parentheses which has an embedded URL inside it, it searches for it in Octane and tries to update the requirement document. If it does not find it, it will be created. So for this example, let's modify this first requirement document. We will change the title to "This is now updated," and we'll delete the table, for example, and replace it with some text. Okay, we save the file, and then we update it inside ALM Octane. To do that, we go to the Manage section. We reselect a requirement document. In this situation, it doesn't matter which requirement document we select because it will search by ID. But it does matter if the requirement documents in our Word do not exist inside Octane, because it will search for them, it will find that they do not exist, and it will create them under the parent that we select. But in this situation, all of them exist because we've exported them. So we can select, for example, this requirement document. We will select the Word document that we've just updated. And it's very important to keep the split section checked. This is because we still want to go inside the tree structure and not upload this document as a single requirement document. If we didn't check this, only the first requirement document will be updated and its description will be the whole document, which is something that we don't want. In this situation, we want to update the whole tree structure. So we click on Import. And if we refresh it, we can see that now the title and the description of this requirement document have been updated. And the same in the author section. And that's about it. If you want to update already existing requirement documents from ALM Octane, you can either export them and modify the document, or create the document yourself, but you'll need to create that embedded URL inside an ID in parentheses, and it will still work. Thank you.